I on war till the end. Well, looks like the end just showed. Ice Lords have really done it this time. All of Vertiel is on the brink. Soon there won't be a town left to fall back to. Or even a tavern where you can spend your pay. There's no one left to turn back this filthy, stinking tide. Even if it were possible. Let's hope our beloved employers can deliver on their promises. Their famous ritual thing doesn't pan out. We're gonna be left standing here with our asses in our hands. Bunch of chatty priests playing Sorcerer's Apprentice against 7 immortal mages? Sounds great. Anyhow, you have to fight fire with fire. So they say. Damn it. They're already here. I better warn the others. Fast.
Hey, enjoy your stroll. Get over here and tell me about it. By the looks of you, I'm guessing it wasn't just a quiet stroll. So, what did you see?
The Deadwalkers are already close. I got one of their scouts.
Gods damn it, Vulcan! I've told you 100 times, recon means observing and reporting, not charging in and fighting without thinking.
I didn't want to alert all of the others before we were ready for them.
But what if they'd have killed you? Then you wouldn't have been able to alert us before they were ready to attack us. Think for a second. God's blood. We have to get ready for them. Now that you've finally got your ass back over here, you can prepare some traps. Get Peeler to help you place them around the temple. That'll give us some time, and we'll hear them coming.
Yes, sir, Captain.
And if you have quit...
Three months without a chance to spend my pay. I'm sick of this goddamn war.
That should do it. I'll give all these to Peeler. He'll figure it out. Hey, Peeler, give me a hand, will you? We've got to prepare the area before it gets overwhelmed with walking corpses. We need a little something to welcome our Deadwalker friends. Booby trap all the access points. And try not to blow yourself.
Don't sweat it,
I'm not kidding. If you lose an arm, I'm the one who will get shit about it.
Drive them back! Oh, shite! Here come more of them! Buffalo is getting along with the scribes. He's meant to be guarding their invoking chamber.
Huh? But
Get out of here!
broken! I need some help here! There's too many of them, and I got this stupid scribe under my feet!
You, Scribe, get back in the chamber with the others. Can't protect you if you keep wandering around.
Hey, thanks. Without you, I'm pretty sure that jerk would've...
No shit. Next time be more careful, okay? I talked with the captain. He wants to see you.
Oh, shit. Concentrate. We almost have it.
Well now, that must be the 5th time I heard him say that. This stupid ritual is taking too goddamn long. Oh, shit, here come the hobblers.
You gonna be alright?
I'm fine. Worry about those dead walkers. Hey! Are you hurt, Buffalo?
Good idea.
You got it, Sergeant. I'll keep the hobbits there.
Something's wrong. The catalyzer shouldn't do that. Stay away from my daughter!
shall not let thy weakness be our downfall.
How did I do that? Hey, Captain! I think it's time we talked about it.
Move out before the rest of them get here.
The passes are...
There's a passage to the other side of them.
The swamp? That sounds fun.
I said shut it, Vulcan.
Thou didst flee.
What the...
Thou didst hold the power to face the necromancers, yet thou didst flee.
I had no choice.
No choice! Hast thou even thought of choosing? Thou art fled like a thief, and hast left me, a shadow of myself, trapped here in this dark prison.
I did not create this situation. I am not even sure I understand what has happened.
The hour for questions is past. Thou must act. It is I who will suffer for thy cowardice. I who will pay for thine fault. I who will face extinction. And if I must die, if the flame is extinguished, our world will die as well.
I will not let the flame die. I am in a war against these necromancers. And at last, I have the power to fight them.
What dost thou hope to accomplish in this ridiculous human shell? As it is now, it is useless to us. The flame is not a toy for mewing infants. It exists to reign. Its power must not be stolen from thee. We must reconquer the world heart as swiftly as we may.
Hey, Vulcan, enough of your daydreaming. Move your...
Buffalo?
Vulcan, you hear me? Pull your finger out.
Huh? Yeah, I hear you. My head feels like a bomb went off in it.
Well, shake it off.
By the way, how come Hawk isn't the one here with me? He's the lead scout. I always go with him.
Hawk is covering the back of the line. So this time, I'm the one who goes with you.
Let's go.
You lot are about as discreet as a herd of hunchbacks.
I thought that elves were supposed to have superior eyesight. Do we look like stiffs to you, dickhead?
Not yet. But with an arrow sticking out of your throat, I'm certain that even a chatterbox like you could do a passable impression.
And you'd be the next one down.
Possibly. Perhaps I should aim for the largest target first.
Not if you want to keep both your balls.
What have we here? Buffalo in person. Well, that's it.
What's going on here? Who's the scrag with the pointy ears?
Thanks for noticing. I try to keep them sharp. I'm called, and I gather the red-faced fat belly with the filthy beard is none other than the famous Elric. Leader of the Freeborn Blades.
They call me the Captain.
All the Freeborn Blades call you Captain Elric. I have no doubt that they do. As for me, I've never had much interest in titles or in military protocol. I judge people by their deeds.
And what are you doing down in the swamps, besides threatening honest mercenaries?
Looking for you. Well, I began by searching for the Red Scribes. Prince Arundel is wounded. We had to withdraw to Valvanor, where I learned that you were expected. I just wanted to make sure you found your way there.
This is not my first walk in the wilds, arsewipe. As you can see, I'm on the right path, and we've nearly reached our destination.
Captain, those creatures I told you about this morning are gathering nearby. They're probably getting ready to attack us.
Ah, well, those are called chrysalids. They wait until they have gathered enough numbers, and then they overwhelm you. And it would seem your little group is attracting a whole swarm to the village.
Well, we'll give them a welcome.
Actually, in spite of themselves, these creatures do an excellent job of keeping Deadwalker scouts away without raising any suspicions. If we allow them to gather here and then massacre them, I fear we'll be moving their territory a bit too close to Valvanor, which will lead to our being discovered sooner or later. I suggest we send 1 or 2 men back. This will keep them separated and occupied while the rest make it to the village. I'm ready to volunteer, if you fear I might try and slip.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I want to go too. The animals and plants in this swamp are extraordinary. And the venom of these chrysalids seems very interesting.
Sybil, that is out of the question.
Come on, let her off the leash. It'll be good for her. I promise I'll bring her back in one piece.
Vulcan, rule number 2.
We'll see you at the village.
Sybil!
See you later. I'm not going back to that temple. Not this way. I'm not going back to that temple.
This swamp is teeming with life. I can't...
Sybil?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
What can you tell me about the world?
Many of the people on Vertial, there are many different beliefs.
The world?
If we were to imagine Vertial as a living, it's what keeps the world alive. If you wish, I can try. Told me a lot about you.
Really? He's normally not much of a talker. Maybe torture him or something?
No, it wasn't a big deal. I just think he has a lot of... still haven't thanked you for everything you did at the temple.
Well, same here. I think. What did you just do to me anyway? Where does this power come from?
Your captain asked me to have the same ship. I have no idea. It's amazing you have so well with animals.
Hey, this guy's fucking fearless.
He thinks if he can, he has.
And you are?
The knight is called Renva. And you are. This is Valvenor. It is not a beautiful place, but for the time being, it seems to be unknown to the Deadwalker army. This village has known better days. Before the war, it was popular. Today, we own a small healing. Does the mercenaries see the building opposite? It was once an inn.
This is a very large inn, considering the size of the village.
With any luck, we might get to... What can you tell me about this?
This village is a modest one.
I already figured it was some kind of...
That the refugees and the swamp offers when the knight and the elf are not there to defend the walls. The watch often leave them unguarded. Shameless.
What does the steward...
The captain has offered the services of the freeborn blades to the steward. The steward must have orders for the mercenary.
Shit. I'm gonna get stuck being this guy's errand girl. How come you talk that way?
The way people speak is different from one place to another. And I am from another place. The knight's people are a warrior tribe from Algendar. And he is proud of them.
Where can I find this?
As the knight...
I'm going.
A good day to you, soldier. I do believe...
Really? Well then.
Sell?
Information?
Hey, you know what?
Here, take...
Apparently, the Red Scribes have found a way to win the war. They found someone capable of breathing fire, who's gonna burn up the Ice Lords just...
I don't believe it. You took my money for that? You fucking with me?
I swear.
I'll let it slide this time. But don't you... I wanted to ask you... How are things going?
Oh, I hope for the...
Right. Pretty quiet around here, huh?
Yeah. Do you really imagine the dead walk?
No, but it'll slow him down.
Ha! You can... There's something in the air.
I have a few quick... Do you think we can win it?
Against the Deadwalker army? No chance. Now, the Ice Lords, that's another question.
What do you mean?
Only that sometimes you have to try to chop off the head, you know? That bunch of walking corpses wouldn't be any trouble at all if there was no one to guide them.
I guess you're right.
There was a time, way back, you know, when there were so many of us in the company, several hundred, that the captain decided to delegate. So he chose 2 lieutenants. And the result? We had our asses handed to us by an army that was hardly more numerous than we were. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the Deadwalkers are just the same. You've got 7 bosses, and each one of them wants to control everything.
So, if we could...
Now you're thinking straight.
See you later.
Yeah, who are you? One of them fucking
Fucking mercenary, yeah. Sounds about right.
You know what I call your lot? Or blades. I got no time for all...
Maybe if you were to do something about your bad breath, the whores would let you get close to them, you know? I'm just saying.
Go fuck yourself.
My goodness, let's see. You're not pissing blood, you're not vomiting your guts out. Both legs are in place and they seem to be holding you upright. Congratulations. It looks like you'll pull through. And now you'll excuse me, but I have a...
Take it easy there, Doc. I'm with the Freeborn...
You could be Blackstorm himself for all I care. Now get out of my way.
Here we go. Another one of these hick refugees.
Call me a hick one more time, and I'll be...
Let's all remain calm, shall we? So, what can I do for you?
Show me what you have for...
Gold. So vulgar to work with. So wonderful.
The swamp is our best defense. Happily, the wildlife are just as keen on attacking the deadwalkers as they are the villagers. But the situation here in Valvanor grows worse daily. And each new wave of refugees increases the risk of drawing unwanted attention to this jungle.
No Ice Lord scouts who find this village will ever escape to tell the tale. Of that, I can assure you. Also, my men are reinforcing your defenses. Forgive me for saying, but you have some serious weak points. Especially the defenses around that refugee camp of yours.
The arrival of the Freeborn Blades and the Red Scribes has greatly improved our chances of survival, Captain. Needless to say, your men and the Red Scribes are welcome and free to go where they will. But as for any other newcomers, our gates are closed. You must understand that our food stores are as limited as our abilities to defend our village. Until you arrived, we had but one person who was even vaguely capable of treating our injured, and the case of Prince Orendil was completely beyond her skills. And there is this beast story, doubtless another fairy tale, the fruit of an alcohol-addled brain. Nonetheless, several of the Watch have gone missing. Something hidden in these swamps is causing these disappearances, but we cannot risk sacrificing any more of the few men remaining to us on sending patrols. Large groups entail moving chrysalids that are unmanageable. The others quite simply do not return.
Silence.
If I were to listen to everyone, I would need 10 times the number of men I have to verify the truth of every tale.
Enough! You must aid me to do this. I am not able to do that. Your endless wailings are unbearable.
In the name of Vulcan?
But by the gods, man, what is...
This world is condemned. The cold hath invaded its ground, its souls and its heart. Yet here you stand, waving your limbs like fish taken from the water. Miserably shuffling about to conserve the illusion of warmth and life, and not feel the passing of your last breath, while I must endure your wailings and lamentations.
Vulcan, stop this nonsense immediately.
It is not she who speaks.
All doth fall to ruin about you, yet you still bewail your loose bowels and vomitings. You cannot vanquish your dead walkers, no more than you can vanquish their necromancer masters. They draw their power from the very heart of the world. They drink it, they suckle it dry. Your only chance to cleanse what your own hath corrupted is to go to the world heart and liberate it from its servitude.
The world heart is a myth, a forgotten fairy tale, no more real than dragons or dwarves.
A myth? Continue hiding behind thy puny barricades, and thou wilt soon join thy myths and fairy tales.
Cease your pretense. I know you have returned to consciousness.
What the hell happened? I was just listening to the steward blabbing away with the captain, and then...
And then you lost control.
I don't know. It's like something in my head zapped me so it could use my mouth. But I was still there. Still thinking what I was saying.
This is not the first time you have felt this presence manifest itself.
No. It's been there since the temple. It's also in my dreams, I think.
Interesting. It would seem that your body is host to some other entity. And it is clearly a spirit of fire.
No kidding. I've got a demon in my head.
Something of the kind. In truth, I could not say what it is. Not yet, at least.
Don't make me laugh. After all, it's you and your disciples that let this thing out of its cage, right?
That has nothing to do with it. Do you have any idea of the implications of this incident?
If it happens again a couple of days from now, they'll all start spitting and throwing rocks at me. I guess I'll have to watch out.
I fear that is the least of your worries. Obviously, you haven't understood. The thing that is inside you, it wishes you ill. There is not enough space inside you for two souls. That demon wants your body. It will control you more and more until it has replaced you completely.
Ha! Thou thinkest I crave the body of a mortal? I am a prisoner here. My place is in the world heart.
It will not hesitate to lie to you, to tell you that which you wish to hear, so that you will allow it to consume you.
I never asked for this cage. I never asked to be forced to hear thy every thought. It is I who have been invaded.
It speaks to you. Do not listen to it. Cast it from you. If you do not resist, it will crush your soul.
Hey, take it easy. One at a time, huh? I'm gonna go take a walk.
Miss Vulcan,
The captain wants me to...
with our short... Sadly...
Maybe I'll surprise? We'll talk again. Sybil?
Yes?
We need to talk...
What do you want me to do?
You can't only defend yourself. You've got to go out there.
I will do what I can, but it's not really my special.
We need to talk...
What do you want me...
I know you want to help me, but you've got to stay alive to do that. Think of defending yourself a little.
You're right. I will try to be more careful.
I'd like to ask...
What do you want to know?
So, Ale...
Yes.
How handy for you.
You are so predictable. Daddy's little girl can do whatever she wants, right? Don't fool yourself. I'm endlessly having to prove myself, more than any other scribe. My father doesn't treat me better than the others.
Well, at least that explains why you look like you just stepped out of a library. I guess he support...
Yes, of course. But I'm big enough to make my own choices. Knowledge fascinates me. And I suppose it would have been like that whoever my father was.
Can you tell me more about...
Of course.
And so you...
We study magic from an... Even though some of us practice...
I see.
Obviously, especially now. But according to our archives, we were already studying magic more than 5 centuries ago.
Oh, really? What do you know about...
As much as it is possible to know without having met. In some ways, they're quite fascinating, even though the term might seem inappropriate.
Perfect.
If I knew that, do you think I would keep it to myself? We know that there are 7 lords. Black Storm, Lady Crystal, Marshal Winters, the White Lady, Lord Blackfrost, the Chiller, and the Ice Duchess. For sure. But in the past, there were more of them. Some scrolls talk of 9 or a dozen. Of course it's confusing. And I doubt they would have freely given the information of how to kill one of them. But you can bet that some of them have died. We just have to discover how.
Where do they come from?
Most people believe that the lords appeared recently, at the beginning. But I have found certain scrolls that lead me to believe they have been around more than... They are originally from a region far to the north of Vertiel. For a long time, the beginning of their conquest is quite recent. We all think that the war started 10 years ago, but in fact, it is much longer. Maybe even the last century. It took them a long time to escape from their region of origin. The dwarf kingdoms were in their way, and they put up a fight.
You had me going there for a moment. I'm sorry.
But you're wrong. The dwarves did exist, but the Ice Lords exterminated them.
Right. And I bet they also massacred all those poor
You know that dragons and goblins don't exist. You're impossible.
Listen, do they have any weaknesses that we could...
Not that I know of. All of the Ice Lords are powerful sorcerers. They have an unlimited army. If they have a weakness...
But in spite of all this, you think there is a weakness?
I do. We often imagine the Ice Lords as a vast megalithic power. But that's not true. In fact, they desperately hunger for power. Just because they pooled their powers to create the Deadwalker army doesn't mean they like each other. Their balance of power is precarious. As soon as they are done with destroying Vergil, they'll probably start killing...
Sure, but that doesn't help us much if we have to wait until they're done.
Perhaps there is a way to stir up the tensions between them. Even if for...
Let's change this. Do you know what happened?
I'm still searching for an explanation. Something must have gone wrong during the ritual.
But what was the damn ritual supposed to do?
The Red Scribes have always had quite limited magical skills. I believe that the ritual was meant to increase their magical powers, to try and find a way of combating the Ice Lords. But instead of channeling pure energy into each of the scribes, the ritual called forth a conscience that settled in you.
Your father called it a demon. How come I got stuck with it?
A demon? That reminds me of the old texts, but I couldn't say if that's what it is. You were standing right there, so that force flowed into you. It could have been my father, or any of...
Well, that's just great. Now what do I do?
I would dearly like to help, but even though I have searched through all the but until we have found out more, do not allow it to get comfortable.
So then,
I have discovered a few things about them. I also noticed that the medium-sized chrysalids were slower than small ones, but they, however, can fire tiny projectiles. The sickles have a power that depends on their growth. The biggest ones are the most dangerous. Up close, their attacks can be frenetic and extremely dangerous. They can also leap onto their prey.
Sir?
Show me what you have.
So, you ever...
I'll be back.
That's...
Go there, Powder.
See you later.
Miss Vulcan.
I've got a few
I imagine.
How come it's...
What a question. Because, my friend, you imagine I'm doing this. The chief of... And regard... So, yes.
Well, hell. I'm glad we got that clear. What can you tell me about the people?
Before the war, these days, these woods are...
But you've got your guards.
They hardly qualify as an armed militia. Of the few that remain, most are sturdy farmers, whom most of the real fighters left the village as soon as war broke out. The others died while out on patrol. Sadly, the man is a walking beer keg, who could not give a dog's fart for what his men are about.
Who are all those refugees that you're keeping?
The war with the Ice Lords has driven many. I have tried to accommodate as many as we can, and provide as much comfort as possible. We are reaching the end of our...
The refugees can't all be dead weight. Some of them have got to be used.
Oh, if only. Believe me, I would be the first to welcome them. These peasants have been fleeing from town to town and from camp to camp. The best and strongest of them perished in battles, somewhere along the way.
The healing house.
If you say so. As time has gone by, the healing house has drawn refugees to the swamps in ever greater numbers. When it opened, thanks to them. But as the war dragged on, 6 months,
I need a blacksmith.
With none more qualified, I asked Asiel to take over the village for... I suppose I should warn you, he's quite a tricky character. Before the war, but he's the...
Let's talk about... Your sentries. How can I put this? If you're stupid and incompetent, you should be digging turnips, not taking care of secure...
You're beginning to worry me.
Are you kidding me? The state of their weapons is enough to make you cry.
Personally, I'm not capable of judging the aptitude of our sentries, but their poor results speak for themselves. Doubtless, you should...
Wouldn't be the first I've seen. I need the reports about this beast.
I fear I am unable to be of help. I'm still not entirely convinced. All I know is that several villages have vanished. These swamps are... The refugees are...
It might be worth checking out.
That is so. Now that we...
We'll talk...
Miss Vulcan.
Let's talk about... So what's the problem?
Quite simply, she thinks she's... I believe they...
So?
Why? But I have asked nothing of you. I was merely...
I need the report... We'll talk...
The Order of the Freeborn Blade. The mercenary's powers are both astonishing. The knight would like to duel with the mercenary, that he may judge the mercenary.
Sure.
The knight is honored. And
wait for me here, Sybil. I won't be...
The knight hopes that his adversary will not hold back her...
Oh, you can count.
Has never before battled.
You fight pretty good yourself. Where'd you learn your moves?
The knight has traveled far.
What are you doing in the...
The knight has fought a great many battles.
I have to go. I'm glad we could...
Before his adversary rushes off to fight other battles, he wishes to know if the Freeborn Blades would like him to...
I'm not the one who decides who joins the company. But I can ask the captain.
He has thought long on it, and wishes it would be so.
Well, that's great. I'll ask him. But I can't promise you.
Do I have to spill it?
Would you just shut your stupid mouth for two...
Oh, that's all I need. Hey, as long as it ain't me who's paying for you, hey? You want help? Knock yours...
Get to the point before I set...
All right, take it easy. No need to get nasty, eh?
Keep talking.
Well, for a start, you could try and find one of my patrols that's gone. At first, I thought maybe one of those...
I guess I could...
What a coincidence. That's exactly what... After that, well, I suppose a pro like you, I guess it would be useful helping out the sentries.
The benediction of a drunk. Better and better.
It's what all us fucking mercenaries dream of. All right.
Right. We may be living in the arsehole of Virgil, but... And while you're at it, when you've been to the forge, you'll probably feel like letting off steam a bit. Why don't you go and take it out on my lad?
What do you mean?
Kick their arses, so they can't sit down and get drunk instead of patrolling. And show them a couple of tricks while you're at it. A bit of trick.
Your men can't afford to keep their thumbs in their asses. It's time to teach them how to...
Knock yourself out, Payblade. I'll go and shake them awake.
Haven't you anything better to...
Hang on a sec. The steward himself...
Wonderful. I've been after him for months to get me some help, and he sends me an armed ape. You practice medicine, I presume?
If you show...
That's very kind of... In fact, I'm worried about my assistant Heyman. We're forced to vent.
Ah!
Please find...
If I'm gonna go slogging through the swamps anyway, might as well take a look around and try to bring back the plants you need too.
Yes, that's a good idea. For the rest, I'll give you the pot.
Right.
That would be lovely.
I'd like to see what you...
Perfect. Have you got time?
Why not? What?
Even so, they are making progress. Are you up for giving them...
One last... should be enough food. We'll see what Morana says when we get back to the healing house.
Gods, these people...
I'll deal with this, Captain. Captain? Do you really think we should...
Vulcan, I'm not going to try and make... I get it, but we are... And you know...
Thanks to the...
You have a point.
Do you think the company...
Of course. But to tell you the truth, and as for new recruits, it's been what? A year or more since we found anyone worthwhile?
Most of us were recruited when the war began.
If we're going to hold this village, we're going to have to do it using the... As soon as we've recovered a bit, with a bit of luck.
How did we end up in this...
The Red Scribes knew of this place and said that we'd be safe here for... And apart from a few... So we'll...
Captain, I just fought a duel with Ranval, the guard. You start yelling about wasted energy. I want you to know that it was his idea. He's one hell of a fighter. He hits you like he was chopping down a tree. And he could take a blow and shake it off. He wants to join the Blades.
I have the feeling that every new recruit I take on these days is headed straight for the cemetery. But considering the losses we've suffered, bring him here to me.
The villagers told me...
Hawk talked to me about that a while ago. He said he'd found some suspicious looking...
I'll go and follow the...
No idea.
I'm leaving.
This is...
What is...
That just leaves the health potions.
Yes.
I'll take...
The Knight?
Yeah. The short version is I have a demon living inside.
A demon? The Knight has never heard of such a...
Don't worry about it.
Evidently. But is there not a risk that...
A risk? Not yet. It needs me. And I have it under control. Ranval? I need...
The Knight is proud to be of service.
The mercenary salutes you. I talked with the captain. Come on, follow me.
Vulcan. I do love...
Captain? Captain, this is Ranval. He talks funny, but he can kick some ass.
So, it's Ranval, is it?
That is the knight's name. How can he prove his valor to you?
Alrighty then. I'm glad you warned me that he talks a bit funny. Right then, laddie. All you have to do is fight a duel with me. And do your best.
It will be an honor to fight with a man who they say has never been beaten.
If you think you can flatter me into letting you off lightly, forget about it. Like I said, do your best.
The knight hopes that he will be the first to vanquish him. He will not hold back his blows.
That's more like it. Let's see what you've got, laddie. Not bad. Not bad at all. Welcome to the Freeborn Blades, my boy. We were starting to be seriously short of fighters worthy of the name, and you fight like a man. Well, you're a ways off from beating me. Vulcan, he's your recruit. You can take care of him. Go on, away with you.
Welcome to the Freeborn Blades, friend. Don't take it so hard. The entry fight is a humiliation we all had to go through. Me included.
The captain deserves his post and his reputation. He is an exceptional warrior. The knight will be proud to serve under his orders. After such a combat, the knight will need to rest for a moment. He asks that his friend, and now sister, come to find him when she has need.
Okay, see you later.
It's frustrating. I feel...
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I need your help. Come with me?
If you want.
Vulcan, you must help me. The prince is dying.
Well, I'm happy to see that my talents as a...
There's no doubt an explosion would cure him of all his ills forever. But I was actually thinking about your connections with the Red Scribes.
I wouldn't exactly call myself a friend of... I need your expertise.
Of course I will.
Do you have any idea how to wake the elf prince?
Unfortunately, I don't. I think I've tried just about every remedy.
You said just about. I'm guessing that's not by chance.
It's true. There's one formula I haven't tried yet. An extremely powerful solution that requires a certain ingredient to make. An ingredient...
What is it?
A very virulent poison secreted by the chrysalid queen. but be careful you don't mix them up with the ones you usually see. I wanted to go looking for them myself, but the villagers stopped me. They say they're really dangerous. It seems they can be found along the road we took to...
I'll get you some. I gotta go. Sybil, can I talk?
Yes?
I need your help. Yeah, they look like giant, things.
Yes, yes, I know what you're thinking, mercenary.
Why aren't the chrysalids attacking? Time to wake up. Are you Heyman? Morel? Man. Come on.
Heyman! Oh, you found him. But what have you done to him?
Did you? He was like this when I found him in the swamps. He followed without complaint. But
he must be in a state of shock. In any case, Heyman owes you much, as I...
Hey, thanks. I'll put it to good use. I'd like to see...
Vulcan, unless I misspoke.
Let's talk about... I found you... Here.
They will prove very useful.
You've got everything you needed.
Thank you for your help.
I'll keep that in mind. You've got everything you...
Thank you for your...
I'll keep that... How's your assistant?
Alas,
I'll take...